Good evening. So I'm here like not a chef. Chef is my function, like a cook, I will say. I prefer. First of all, I'm going to explain how I did. I will say, fell into the pot, the marmite, and where those my commitment to the preservation of our beautiful planet comes from. I was born in Paris in the 60s, and at this time we didn't talk about environments, but we respected the produce. I was also lucky to, thanks to my parents, to eat quality food and produce. And my parents, therefore, instilled me with great value, like, you know, we finish our plates, we don't throw away the bread. We make dishes with the following day with the remains of the day before. And I did have also the chance to be very close of the nature. I did live in Paris in a house with a garden, all my vacation in the south of France. So I like the country, I like the good food, and I like the people who make it for us.
Francois, I'm going to interrupt you. Sorry, I have a question here, and it's from the activators, but I think everyone wants to know this. Can you tell us how, on a daily basis, we can inject sustainability into our meals and into our diets?
That's not difficult, you know. The main thing is to buy some very good produce, to buy some produce that you can use all of it without throw it away anything. So you know, when I prepare my dish, for example, I use all of the part of a vegetable, all of the part of a fish that we will see on the video in a short time. And you can prepare your dishes only if you buy good produce at a good price, and you pay the people who give you those produce the price they say and not the price you want to pay. That's important also, because we have really to be very nice with those people who worked hard in the country for us. And if the French gastronomy is like that around the world, it's thanks to those people who work hard in the country for us. As you can see, I use a part of the fish on this video that most of the time we throw it away. And with this part of the fish, I make a very nice dish with the garlics, coriander, ginger, almonds. As you can see, it's not very good looking just right now, but at the end of the recipes, you will see, I am sure you would like to eat it. And I can tell you, when they came to make this video, they eat all of it. That's really, but that's important for me to show that to my team, to show that to the students in the school, but also to tell my clients, when I serve this recipe, I'll tell them that how I make it, how they can do the same thing every day at home. That's important, because we have the responsibility as a chef, as a cook, to tell them how they can do the same thing at home, how they can have a cooking zero waste. That's good for the planet. That's good for the money also, because when you don't put it, so you don't throw it away the food, you see it's good, huh? And it's better. So you see, I had some little apple, and after you will see I put the fish on the top. You know, to cook this way, it's not punitive. To cook this way, it's to cook with generosity, to cook with your heart, to cook to give you the best of you, and in thinking that when you cook this way, you work for you, but you work also for the future generation, because I'm sure it's the only way we will be able to give food to all the people around the world in the future. We have to change the way we eat. We have to change the way we cook. Because if we carry on like that, without thinking to not waste, without thinking to respect all those people, women, men, who works in the country to give us all those nice produce, we will not be able to feed all the people around the world. I'm sure you like it. No, you like it? It's nice. I can tell you. I wanted also to tell you about other things that I do in my restaurant, because I've been always eager for knowledge. There have been two important milestones in my evolution in AP du Pain. First of all, I did meet the NGO Éthique Océan. Éthique Océan, it's an association who is to help the chef, but to help everybody to understand how we can protect the oceans, how we can protect the fish. We have to be very, very careful with with our oceans. So, because I met Elizabeth Vallée, the director of this NGO, I've been involved to be able to understand that we can, just in thinking a bit before to buy the fish, to ask where it comes from, to buy how he has been fishing. And after, when you do that, even at home, everybody can buy those produce and make sure that when they eat this fish, it will not be finished for all the time. After, I met somebody else, which is Jean-Luc Fessard, which helped me to have a low carbon plates, which means more vegetable, less meat in my plates. So it's not very difficult, but sometimes for a cook, it's difficult because we want to be generous, and when we put less meat in the plates, we don't have this habit. But when you think about it, when you think about your dishes, your plates, if you start to say, oh, I'm going to make a dish with those vegetables, and I add a bit of meat or a bit of fish, it's very easy to put more vegetable and less proteins animals. So for me, it's not difficult, but I've been always building my plates in beginning by the vegetable and after adding fish or meat.
You can tell we're in France. I've got lots of questions about food for you. I'm going to limit it to one. How can we democratize the access to sustainable food? How can we do this better?
Sorry?
How can we democratize the access to sustainable food? How can we ensure that more people have better access to it?
You know, to make sustainable foods you don't need to have a lot of money. You just need to find the good people who give you the good produce at a good value for them to be able to earn money, enough money to carry on their job. I will say to cook sustainable dishes means to take time to be in the kitchen, to to take time to share with the people who like and to cook. So that's very easy. And to be careful to buy the produce as close as much you can from your house, a season produce. But we don't have to close, I would say, around us. You can use some spices, you can use some coffee, of course, you can use some ginger, but all those produce, you don't use a lot of it. But the produce like vegetable, like the meat, like the eggs, like the milk and butter, so try to buy it just close by from your house.
Another question then. So how do we encourage more people to cook for themselves? You said it's quite simple. We need to take the food from locally around us with maybe the spices. But how do we actually encourage people to do this when people have so little time? They're in such a hurry. You have any tips?
What do you mean? You mean that you need a lot of time to cook? No?
Yeah, it can be considered that time to cook is more time consuming than taking something out of the freezer and putting it into the microwave. So how can we encourage people to go to their local markets on the weekend and then to take the time to cook and prepare their own meals?
When you cook yourself, you will earn some money. It will cost you a lot of less money than if you buy produce already ready to be eaten. And I would say also you will make sure that you eat it's coming from the area you want, it's coming from the people you want. And that's important because what you eat every day makes you live in a good way for a long time. So that's very easy to understand that it takes you a bit of time, but instead to be on your iPhone, you can put it on the table and share with people who like, just for cooking and speaking about your day. What did you see at the cinema? What you want to make the other day? That's important for me. The cookings help you to share what you want to share, good moment with your family, with your friends, with just to be feeling on.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for that, Francois. Thank you very much. We agree that sharing is key. That's why we're here. Merci beaucoup. Thank you.